Arsenal Fan TV, DT. First of all, you weren't responsible for all that. I saw some little shenanigans in there about banners and all that. Had nothing to do with you, did it?
Of course it did.
I had a feeling. What banner was that then?
The Kroenke one was mine.
Okay.
There's another Arsene Wenger one, but that's nothing to do with me. I'm not going to name no names. That's down to them if they want to accept responsibility for it and whatnot. So, but it shows that there's more than just me that have this opinion, Robbie. And I've said it all along.
Let's switch off the banner for a minute. The game. Great football to start off with. I thought, we were outstanding when we were 2-0 up. And then again, bullied.
Arsenal, innit? It's the best way of describing it. That's us to a T. We're never safe. Teams that are going for titles, they go 2-0 up in games like this and they shut it out. Job done. Get the 3 points, go home. Move on to next
to be fair, they did that at Everton. They did that. They shut it at Everton. 2-0 up, shut the game down. Didn't really go hell and leather to try and get that third goal.
But then today they did. That's the problem. Today they did. They didn't do the same things that they done against Everton. Shut the game down. Just pick them off bit by bit if we needed to. They went for the third. And you knew what Andy Carroll was there for. I don't know why Ospina was playing. I don't care how great he's been the last few weeks. It doesn't bother me. At the end of the day,
any of them goals Ospina's fault though.
At the end of the day, Petr Cech would have commanded the box. And we cried out for a world-class goalkeeper, and he's fit, and he leaves him on the bench. And I don't care if Ospina's been playing well. At the end of the day, Petr Cech was bought for a reason.
But if you get somebody and they've come in, right, someone's deputising, they come in and they're doing a great job. He at Tottenham, one of those saves he pulled off, absolutely world-class, right? In all the games he's played, he's been safe, right? He just, what does it say when you then just come along and say, all right, mate, off you go?
Welcome to the harsh world of professional football. And I'll flip the coin on that. What about Joel Campbell? I'm his biggest critic. Yeah, ever since I called that guy Naomi, he stepped up. Yeah, he was the one that was dropped today, and Walcott and Ramsey get a place on the bench. So you can sit there and talk about Ospina and how must he feel. How must Joel Campbell feel? True. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, people are talking about it's mathematically possible and this, that, and yeah, it is. But, if my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle. At the end of the day, Robbie, I've said this all along. How many months was I sitting here saying we ain't going to win the league? And I don't get no pleasure out of it. I'm not sitting here jumping for joy going, yeah, let's make loads of new banners. Wait. No, I'm gutted. Because we've blown a massive chance, and every year we do the same thing.
What do we do to change it next season? We've got to start looking ahead now.
Get rid of Arsene Wenger.
Is it just as simple as that?
No.
It's all right to say, get rid of this, get rid of that. Is it just as simple as that? You could get rid of him and end up worse. We've seen that with teams. We've seen Man United. Listen. Man United, when Fergie went, they won the league when he left, right?
They were poor. They were.
Whether they're poor or not, whether they're hold on, whether they're poor, you can say they're poor. They won the league.
Yeah, because Fergie. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is, Robbie, I'm sick of people.
But so they won the league.
What I'm saying is, I'm sick of people trying to compare us and say, be careful what you wish for. You will end up like Man United. Don't put us in the same category as Man United. What? Man United won over 10 Premier League titles, won 2 Champions Leagues.
That's not why people are saying it.
No, because at the end of the day, we will never go down that route because we were never up to their level in the first place. We've won 3 league titles.
If you get a new manager in next season, and like for the next 3 seasons, say we are like United, but even possibly worse because we haven't got the resources of United. So we were like mid-table. Would you accept that?
Who says we hasn't got the resources of Man United? We've got a lot of money, Robbie. A lot of money, and it's ours.
We have not got the resources as we do. Show me in the last 10, 20 years when we've spent anywhere near the sort of money that Man United.
You're talking 10, 20 years, and
So what makes you think that they're going to spend more?
Because now it's a lot different. With all the TV money, even more next year, the commercial money, they go and make 3 kits a season.
Will they spend it? Will it be spent?
They won't spend it, Robbie.
So that's what I'm saying. You're saying the manager, is it, will that be enough to because it could possibly be that it could end up worse.
Sometimes.
You could end up like, would you take that for the next 2 seasons, mid-table?
Sometimes you've got to take a step back to take a bigger step forward. And if that's what it takes, what's the biggest risk, Robbie? Why are people so scared of change? Can it be any worse than what we're getting now?
I suppose we've got to look. If you've had a manager, he's been here for so long, we are all in a comfort zone, innit? Let's
That's
face
what
it,
the
we
problem
are.
is. Everyone is. It's like being in a relationship that you know has ended, and you just carry on and on and on for the sake of the children or something. You know, and that's what it's like. And I just feel that. Why be scared? Why be scared of change, Robbie? You know, it could be
People
good.
have seen Man United.
No, but
and things
then
like that, so they do get nervous about
But
it.
then also people have seen Leicester. Leicester were going mad when I forgot his name, who was in charge of them last season, when he left, and then Ranieri come in, Pearson, and then when Ranieri come in, everyone's going, oh my God, he's going to take him down. Now look at him. Perfect example, look at West Ham. West Ham, you had half of the fans were going, don't want Allardyce because of the football they play, and then half of them going, yeah, but if we get rid of him, he's kept us secure. What if we end up making a mistake and getting relegated? Or, you know, they're up there now looking for the Champions League places. Sometimes you've got to make that step, Robbie. And I don't. What's the worst that can happen? You know, remember the Dr. Pepper adverts? Do you know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? At the end of the day, Robbie, yeah.
Relegated.
And no, because we won't get relegated. Do you know what I mean? We've never been relegated in our history. You know, Tottenham fans want to argue about that and say we brought our way into the league once. But at the end of the day, I look at everything, Robbie, and I just think, can it be any worse than this at the moment? You know, people will say, oh, but we qualify for the Champions League. So what? So what? To get dicked by everyone in Europe? We even get mugged off by Dinamo Zagreb now. You know, and what's the point in being in it if you're not going to make any serious attempt to win it? Because we don't, Robbie. One final in 20 years. One final. What have we got to be scared of? Seriously, what have we got to be scared of, man? Just let's have a change, and then, you know, then the banners will stop then because he's gone.
It's all about making inroads. If Arsenal, Tottenham and Leicester win all of their games for the remainder of the season, we're no better off. We've just got to hope that we can make inroads every week. So, is it a point gained or is it 2 points lost? The other results will tell us that. And again, call it delusional, but it's rational. These are logical facts, and you're letting emotions get in the way of your opinions if you think that that is not the case.